them. What can they do about it? God helps those who help themselves. So that's not in the Bible, but people, they quote it all the time. God helps, so random quotes, but it's not true. I mean, you do what you can. We've got to help each other. We've got to care. So the second commandment is just like it: love one another, care about each other. The golden rule: treat others the way you want to be treated. But no ethics being taught in school. So people come out of school. The whole basis for all of the laws, right, is supposed to be, there's supposed to be a justification, right? A basis for all the laws, a rationale, a rhyme and a reason, some logic behind all the laws of man, right? No. Do you understand? So we're told that all these moral and ethics, it's based on logic. It's supposed to be, it's based on morals, ethics, right? But if we're going to teach the kids K through 12 and beyond about ethics, that's not important. We shouldn't know. But yet you can lose the most prized, precious value we have, especially as Americans: freedom. Not to be incarcerated, not to be behind bars. You can lose that. But we're not going to be taught in schools because that's a religious principle. No, it has no place here. Ethics have no place. Morals, you keep that to your church. There's a separation. You see, this is insanity, but yet it is a religion, a very, very onerous, a very draconian, a very authoritarian, a very pernicious, a very bad religion. That's the establishment. It's the beast system. You think we don't need God's help? We all need God's help. I tell you, look, and how am I a threat to anybody? So that's why I could be so bold, because I know that there is no justification for anybody to detest me, much less to just hate me or even to not like me. Listen, the worst I'm going to do, the biggest threat I am to anybody, okay, at this point in my life, I've grown a lot, I admit. I used to be a lot more of an arrogant a-hole, a lot more of a violent man. I'm not there anymore. Okay, so I'm no threat to anybody. That's my choice. That's your choice. Okay, but I have to do what I have to do. I can't be a coward. Okay, but I know I'm a threat to these people. Just as they hated Jesus for speaking the truth and exposing them for the authoritarians they were, and peddling bad religion, okay, baseless. These were the legalists. Yes, they were like the lawyer types. Okay, and there's good lawyers and we bad lawyers, right? We all are glad there's lawyers out there, but you can either be a good lawyer or a bad lawyer. So, hey, that's who they were. They were pushing this law, and it was arbitrary and capricious, but they said, hey, it's coercion. Yeah, that's right. You either do it, you pay the fines, you pay bail. Bail, that's where the term bail comes from. You had to pay money to this false idol, right? So bow down and worship Satan, basically, and by paying, and you can just not be incarcerated. So if you can afford to be a criminal, it's okay. And then we wonder why the worst criminals end up at the very top, and they're the untouchables. They're the ones we call too big to fail, too big to jail, right? There's no laws. There's no laws protecting the general public against this stuff. It's just the golden rule out the window. Ethics, more no. That's no values. No, it's about success. It's about making gobs of dough. That's how you judge a man. That's it. That's all that mattered. Doesn't matter how he got there, how many stoves he had to step on, or eggs he had to crack, or throats he had to slit to get there, as long, as a metaphor, of course. But he's got money. So, that song by Pink Floyd, don't give me that do goody good BS, okay? Your anti-money spiel, okay? No. What idiot would want to get rid of money? I mean, it's stupid. We love money. It's good. You admit you love money. Yeah, and I also hate it a whole lot more, and I can't wait. I'm so anxious for the day when there's no formal money. I want to be found worthy and deserving of inheriting that place. I want you to be found worthy and deserving of inheriting that place too. Why not? God has no shortage of real estate. There's no shortage of nothing with God. Everything that you can imagine, a problem, an obstacle about a perfect reality, an ideal reality, heaven on earth, paradise, okay? Turn to God and say, well, show me a solution. Show me how it could work. And he'll show you, I promise. Believe me, just like you can imagine a world without any form of money, you can do it. God gave you the ability to do it, the capacity to do it. Believe me. I promise you could do that. Okay? He also gave you the ability to imagine a body that can't be threatened by anything, that can't die. You understand? That's so atomically superior, but still you keep your senses. So you got the sense of touch, you got the sense of smell and taste, sight and hearing, but you can't die anymore. That's the promises that are laid out. That's what I'm talking about here. That's what I want you to latch on to. Okay, I'm not going to lose my reward. I'm doing God's work. I don't know who's listening to me. Maybe nobody anymore. Maybe I'm just talking to myself. I don't know, but I'm on record. I'm doing what I can to reach people. I'm a drop in the bucket. But remember, like a drop in the bucket, you can say, well, it's just a spark, one spark. You need billions of. Hey, well, one spark could ignite a big forest on fire, to use an analogy, for what it takes to spread the truth. And how you turn to God, you're not a coward. We're going to confront these people, but all these, what's going on with these riots and all this crap, I say, no, 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 no. Focus on who's the culprit is, who's causing the division in the land. The Federal Reserve Bank. These are the money printers. So I've already laid it out. Who's culpable? I mean, you got this New World Order cabal working behind the scenes in shadowy, smoky rooms, along with groups like the Bilderberger Group, all these elitists, all these hypocrite types. Do you understand? And then you got the Congress and the Senate and often the executive that are deferent to these people, right? They defer to these people and say, well, you know what? I mean, after all, they're signing my check. So at the end of the day, I know which side my bread is buttered on. Not we, the people that are really the ones that are your bosses, but no, we're the money printer. We'll go with them. They say it's good that we keep borrowing more money and going into debt to these people. And we don't care. We give ourselves pay raises. So what do we care? We're more than well heeled. Okay, we take a little extra so that, we ever boil down the diluted money from currency debasement through cost of living inflation. Okay, we have more at the end of the day. So everything works to our benefit. We rig things in society. We do that. Just like they did with housing. How many people benefited from that? Well, just look, cui bono. I mean, in crime, they say, well, who benefits? Well, you can see the different parties, the collusive special interest groups, real estate agents, because they work on a commission, which is a percentage. So the higher they drive the prices of housing, the more they make. The lenders, same thing. The more money they can dump on the market, that's their product. That's what they lend. That's what they rent is the money. They work together. Do you understand? And then the government gets involved because they say, well, we know that, we get a percentage too. The tax assessor's office, the property tax I'm talking about, says, hey, you know what? I mean, hey, you give ourselves, we got, our coffers are flowing over. So why not give ourselves raises? We did a good job. We got lots of money, right? We're successful. So you understand that makes it fascist when the government starts working against the best interests of the people. And then they can convince the public to raise their own taxes. And the roads have gotten more dilapidated than ever since the last 5 years they started taking this tax from us. It's like, wow. It's just, everything works the opposite of what they say. They blame capitalism for what is anti-capitalism. You understand? I mean, we're in so much trouble because they've muddied the waters so badly. They've bloodied the waters. And it's easy to throw mud in, confuse people, keep them off balance. It's the Babylon factor they infuse into the public. So people remain ignorant and confused, and they prescribe to an ignorance is bliss philosophy. They don't want to be empowered by the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. But you got to know the people we're up against here are in positions of power, very powerful positions. And they control the military, and they control law enforcement. It's because they know which side their bread is buttered on. You can say, well, we the people are supposed to be their employers. We're paying the taxes, which is true. Absolutely. The only legitimate government is we the people. Is we all the people, not we some of the people. Yet everything's been turned on its head. We don't have a semblance of capitalism or democracy or America or anything that's based on, progress being a viable eventuality. Okay, it can't go that way. It just we need one disaster after another for these to make these people happy. They need chaos. It's a 3-card Monty. Don't look over here like an illusion they're doing. This debt, nobody explains it. It's just, well, it's okay. Nobody talks about it in the media. We don't want to talk about it. $25 trillion and growing, and we just shove it under the rug as long as the stock market's doing good and as long as we're profiting, we're making more money. So how is the debt ever going to get paid? Where does it end? We won't talk about that. I mean, if any household in America tried to do that as an individual, what would it do? I mean, how would that work? Can you just go print more money?